as we head on to the MOGS Presidential Oration from Residency to Presidency by our very own darling President, Dr. Suvarna Khadilkar. Along with being our president, Madam is a professor and head of the Department of OBGYN and consultant endocrinologist and gynecologist at Bombay Hospital, Institute of Medical Sciences. She is secretary of FOXY, President MOGS, Deputy Editor-in-Chief of International Journal of Gynecology and Obstetrics. She is the chair of FIGO Committee of Women at Menopausal Age, June 2024 onwards, and she is a member of the Editor Emeritus Journal of Obs-Gynae of India, President of the Indian Menopause Society, and many such things to her name. I would like to call upon our chairpersons for the afternoon. Our first chairperson is Professor C.N. Purandare. He is a renowned gynecologist. We all know, sir. He is Emeritus Dean of Indian College of Obstetrics Gynecologist, the Editor Emeritus of Journal of Obstetric and Gynecology Societies of India. He is the President of FIGO 2015-2018 and the past President of FOXY 2009. Welcome you, sir. Our next chairperson is Dr. Rajendra Sangpal. Sir is the President-elect Mumbai Obs-Gynae Society. He is an honorable member of the European Society of Gynecological Endoscopy, Chairman International Academic Exchange Committee. We welcome you, sir. Our next chairperson is Dr. Rajendra Nagakatti. He is the immediate past President of FOXY Midlife Management Committee, Chairperson MOGS Midlife Management Committee, Executive Council Member MOGS, Founder Secretary of ISOPAP Mumbai Chapter. We welcome you, chairpersons. Dr. Suvarna, ma'am. The dais is yours. Sir, Mike.
Satish Khadilkar was born on September 6, 1961. Into the esteemed family of jewelers, Vaman Haripete. She inherits the legacy of her maternal ancestor, Dr. Nana Sahib Deshmukh, the first batch of MD from Mumbai, and the renowned freedom fighter, Lokahitvadi, Sri Gopal Ganesh Deshmukh. Dr. Khadilkar is a distinguished figure in the field of obstetrics and gynecology, and has held several key positions in 14 different prestigious organizations throughout her career. Currently serving as the Secretary General of FOXY and the President of MOGS, she has demonstrated exemplary leadership. She has served the Managing Committee of MOGS since 2002 and served as the Vice President of MOGS and the Secretary of MOGS, showcasing her commitment to advancing the field. Her contributions extend to the academic realm, where she has been the Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology of India since 2021 and now serves as the Editor Emeritus. Additionally, she has edited 12 books and authored over 100 publications, establishing herself as a prolific writer and scholar. Her writing has been impactful, having been cited over 600 times. In recognition of her outstanding achievements, Dr. Khadilkar has received more than 30 local, national, and international prizes and awards. She is also a sought-after speaker, having delivered numerous orations, keynote addresses, and invited lectures on both the international and national platforms. She has been invited to lecture in Dubai, London, Warwickshire, Cardiff in South Wales, Brazil, Rome, Venice, Colombo, Vancouver, and Paris. Internationally, she has served on various committees and editorial boards, including the FIGO Committee on Well Women Healthcare and the corresponding editorial board of the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology Research of the Asia and Oceania Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecology. She is also a member of the Clinical Research Committee of the South Asian Federation of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Considering her expertise in the field of menopausal medicine, in August 2024, she was appointed as the chair of the FIGO Committee on Women at Menopausal Age. In recognition of her vast editorial experience, she is appointed as the Deputy Editor-in-Chief of the prestigious International Journal of Gynecology and Obstetrics, an official journal of FIGO. As head of the Department of OBGYN at the Bombay Hospital Institute of Medical Sciences, her students have consistently won merit positions, including a gold medal at prestigious university examinations at the MUHS and various prizes in paper presentations at state and national levels. She has had original and innovative contributions to her subject, having given Indian normative data of the AFI, devised a new system of measuring blood loss as assessed by clot conversion factor, proposed a new nomenclature and classification of PCOS, a novel risk stratification system for oophorectomy, and is in the process of making such more meaningful novel contributions to the subject. But that's not all. She has also excelled in pursuits outside of the academic world. She has a great passion for music and dance. She gave the classical singing and Kathak dance qualifying exams. She's participated in musical programs of the MOGS, Foxy, and I'm sure you'll find several renditions of over 800 Bollywood songs online. She is also the author of over 40 poetries composed in Hindi, English, and Marathi languages, some of which have won several awards too. Amongst her other hobbies are cooking, playing badminton, painting, and pencil drawing. She was crowned Miss GMC when she entered the Grant Medical College way back in 1978, and most recently in 2024, she received the MOGS Personality of the Year Award. She has managed her work-life balance exceedingly well. Her husband is a highly renowned neurologist and presently the Dean at the Bombay Hospital Institute of Medical Sciences. He is a recipient of many prestigious awards and accolades. She is the mother of two and the grandmother of a cute grandson. Her son and daughter-in-law live in California, USA, pursuing their careers in technology at America's leading companies, PayPal and Amazon. Her married daughter, a gold medalist, is a pediatric dentist, and her son-in-law is a prosthodontist and implantologist practicing in Mumbai. Both her children have excelled in their studies and are multi-talented. They have won many awards and accolades and are humble and polite despite having achieved excellence. In January 2024, she took the baton from the Hyderabad team and hosted the biggest annual event, AICOG 2025. She was installed as the Secretary General of Foxy during AICOG 2025. She, along with her Mumbai team, handed over the reins to the Delhi team for AICOG 2026.
Good afternoon, everybody. After the lunch, I hope somebody's ringing the bell outside to say that people should get in as well. Food is not everything that you come in here for a congress. Today we are going to have an oration by Suvarna talking about residency to presidency. And I am happy to say that that residency I was involved with and the presidency I am involved here as well. So let us.
The publication, the residency, the presidency, everywhere, sir, has been.
So let us hear from Suvarna, her talk.
So good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor
to have Dr. CN sir as my chairperson when I'm delivering oration, and of course Dr. both Rajendras, Rajendra Nagarkatiya and Dr. Rajendra Sangpal. So my last mega event of the year, that is the 53rd Annual Conference of MOGS, and I thank Niranjan, who is here, who had initiated this presidential oration. And I do recognize how important it is to deliver the oration at the end of your tenure. So thank you, Niranjan. And the topic that I'm going to talk on, see, people are really tired of scientific information and the overload, but I thought of sharing my experience from residency to presidency and the lessons learned. These two words, R and P, take me from residency to presidency. So little did I know that there was a hidden P in the word residency, which will make its appearance later when I would become the president of the Society of MOGS. There is only a difference of R in a resident and a president. So I just want to say a few things about my residency. I'm going back to my day one of residency. It was my first day of residency in Kama Hospital. Me and my dear friend, we were having two JRs together in one unit. We were on call. We got a call saying that a second trimester abortion patient has aborted, and we went down, we took patient's pulse, we took BP, we saw the fetus lying outside and the placenta was still inside while the patient was minimally bleeding. We made our notes very neat and tidy, and then we went back to our rooms and slept off. After a while, a ward boy came to our rooms, banging on the door and said, "You are immediately called to MTP ward." Our registrar fired us left, right, and center. How can you leave a patient who is aborted and go back to your room and sleep? And we had no answer. Both of us looked at each other. We had no answer for that. So that was the day one of my residency. I thought to myself, why did I come to medicine at all? If practicing gynecology is going to be so painful and we are going to have sleepless nights. So why did I become a doctor? The reason is my own parents, especially my mother, who had a desire that she wanted me to do something for the society, by becoming a doctor to serve the poor and needy women and children. Parents like mine are a true blessing. Their love is the foundation of my strength and resilience. So I really retrospectively thank my mother for having that vision, and I'm here as a doctor practicing gynecology. Another day, a case of inversion uterus. Slowly and steadily, I got used to the new routine of sleepless nights and even started enjoying after a few days. So yet another night, I was called down to those days those who are from Kama would know there was something called as new ward. And I was called to new ward to attend to a patient who had delivered at home. And I wrote a call, I went, I saw, I had read about it, but I had no practical experience, but I examined her and I wrote a call to my registrar. I said, "You please come down to attend a case of inversion uterus." And she got suddenly woken up from her sleep. She came down, and the same registrar was shocked to see, how did you diagnose the inversion? It is few months since you have joined. So the same registrar who had shouted at me, praised me for diagnosing a case of inversion during my first 6 months of house post. And this is something which you see once in lifetime, and I have not seen another inversion after that. And I am so blessed that whatever was taught to me as an undergraduate student and whatever was being taught to me, I could imagine what an inversion could be, and I made my diagnosis. But then when the same registrar started praising me, I learned that I have to improve upon myself. So focus on improving yourself rather than proving yourself. a scary night. I'm sure all of you have gone through these sleepless nights, scary nights, but this was a unique, scary night for me. I encountered a patient with a placenta previa who was bleeding profusely. The patient was immediately taken up for cesarean section and she began experiencing hypotension. She went in shock and we were about to lose her. And my registrar asked me, "Come on, Suvarna, rush to blood bank and get some blood." I quickly rushed in my OT clothes to the blood bank, and those days the blood bank was in the adjacent building. It was never attached to OT. So I went to the blood bank. I literally ran to the blood bank in the middle of the night, and as I ran, I was chased by 3 or 4 stray dogs and they literally tore my gown apart. But I somehow managed to reach the blood bank. I got the pints of blood which were already cross-matched and we saved the patient's life. So I realized how gratifying this branch is. Definitely, but I must say this was one of my biggest nightmares of my life, being chased by some stray dogs on the campus of a hospital. Now, reminiscence of MOGS conferences. My first distinct memory of MOGS conference. We had a long list of 6 majors and 13 minors. When the majors were finished, the seniors suddenly disappeared from OT. They instructed me, "See, we have finished everything. Now very few minors are there, so you better finish them, finish the rest of the list." And I said, "Okay, I will." And I did 3 diagnostic laparoscopies under local because after 12 o'clock, anesthetists wouldn't give anesthesia. So I finished them and I started looking around for them. But through the window of the OT, I saw them. They were all decked up in beautiful saris. They were wearing elegant dresses. They were looking so impressive. And then I didn't know that why they are so decked up and what is this all MOGS conference about. I was wondering what this is about. So after that, I attended the next annual conference at Oberoi Hotel to see what a conference was like. I was so impressed, was so happy, and I started presenting cases and papers in all the MOGS conferences. And I'm sure all my seniors, my lecturer, AP, and my unit head, who is rightly sitting here, my Dr. Usha Sarya, so they all would guide me and I would present the cases. And 40 years down the line, I stand before you as the organizing president of this same mega event which took place those days. And today it happens to be 53rd annual conference in 2025. So thank you so much. I'm really getting emotional. I've spent so many years in this institute and I started learning my capital ABC of obstetrics and gynecology under none other than my own teacher and mentor, Dr. Usha Sarya in Kama Hospital. So I finished my 2 posts in the same unit and I remember my alma mater where I learned my MBBS. After that, I was posted in the Grand Medical College under yet another very efficient and very, very respectable unit head, Dr. K.K. Deshmukh. And that was the turning point of my life. I call these people as Tridev. These are the 3 guides who have been guiding the students and they have been boosting confidence and competence in their, their tenure. I can say Dr. K.K. Deshmukh was the professor and head of the department. What a motherly figure. She was also strict with her patient care. And we had Dr. Purandare sir. I think perhaps our month of joining was same when I joined Deshmukh unit. Sir had joined as assistant honorary and my own PG teacher, Dr. Jasmine Lopez. So then what happened was DGO, then MD, and then marriage. So I stood first in DGO in college, then I passed MD at first attempt. Now you will say, why am I writing at first attempt? Because today passing MD at first attempt is pretty easy. But those days there used to be failures. There used to be only 20%, 30% result. And I felt so happy. And I always give credit to all my teachers who taught me. And I could clear the MD in the first attempt. And then what happened? I got married into a gold medalist family. And I was a misfit. I felt, though I haven't got any gold medal, now what do I do? But I came first in DGO, so little I felt more, like a fit now in the family. And then this marriage into a gold medalist family of achievers, where toppers and gold medalists abound, has been both inspiring and motivating. My mother's wish was of starting a charitable hospital, but Satish, my husband, was very sure that we both should be in the mainstream of academic institutes, and we were both in GMC and JJ Hospital, wanted to continue the same in the same very institute. So my mother's wish and Satish's vision became my mission, and who gave me this opportunity to fulfill the mission? It was again Kamal Deshmukh, who was the head of the department, and I really have gratitude and respects for her, as she selected me for the only lecturer post that was advertised out of many applicants, and I felt so humbled that I was the only person who got selected on that post, and my academic journey began. Thereafter, I became associate professor, head of the unit. Then I gave MPSC exam. So I think it was the impact or effect of the Khadilkar family that after I became, I gave a MPSC exam, I stood first in all Maharashtra MPSC exam. And then I took a sigh of relief that now at least the Khadilkar family will accept me as the topper. And later, at the age of 52, I studied for diploma in gynae endocrinology, my favorite topic. And I will say that that opportunity came my way, but I wasn't sure because I had a lot of family responsibilities. My mother-in-law, she came down to stay with us, and she said, you go ahead, you study for this diploma, you give the exam, I am here, I will look after the kitchen. This was when I was 52. Today, 10 years down the line, when I am giving oration here, she is looking after my house, at my house. I really salute her for her energy and her, so much passion she has for achievements and accomplishments. So, this was my in-laws who always encouraged me. They motivated me to do good academic and research work. And it always amazed me that how much knowledge and insight they had in spite of not being of a medical background. So I used to just talk to them, listen to them, and I used to take the next academic step and next publication. They used to say, you keep writing. Keep writing. What are you doing? You write a paper, right? Do some good quality research. And I continued the same, and I was really happy about it. Now, the man who's sitting here, Dr. Professor C.N. Purandare, I am blessed to have C.N. sir in my academic and professional life, who shaped my career and introduced me to MOGS, Foxy, Jogi, and now Figo. Along with that, I must also make a mention of Dr. Hema Divakar, who, she sent an apology that she could not attend, but I must say she is also very, very, proactive in taking me at a higher position in Figo, and Professor is always there to encourage me. And then I thought of going in a research. How did I do some few innovative contributions to obstetrics and gynecology? It was the criticism around when I saw, how do you do this? What proof you have got? Then you start thinking, I must get a proof for that. I must do some research. So criticism is a powerful tool for fostering self-reflection and self-awareness, leading to superior decision-making and personal growth. And this is essential process of introspection which catalyzes innovative thinking and groundbreaking ideas. It is the Arthur Conan Doyle, you see, but you don't observe. So that is what the message for youngsters, the residencies, you see, but you observe, you think, and then form your hypothesis and then do the research. So necessity is the mother of invention. So they are actually, my papers have been born from the challenges I've faced, and each piece of critical feedback, every necessity driven situation has propelled me to create something innovative. So what did I learn? Transforming obstacles into opportunities. Take it as for your own advancing science and achievements. So I went on writing papers. If you can see, it has been widely cited. The global trends in IJGO is the highest cited article, and the thyroid stimulating hormone values in pregnancy cutoff has, I could not believe that this has got 39,000 downloads. I have never seen any article of Yogi reaching that that extent of downloads and access. I was really not believing it when I saw a presentation in 2020. It had said that the topmost article is giving 15,000 accesses, but just a couple of days ago when I saw, I was so surprised to have 39,000 accesses. So the Google H index has reached high to 14, and my citations have crossed 664, and the highest downloaded article in the entire history of Yogi is thyroid stimulating hormone cutoff values. So these are the top published articles, which I think many of them have been co-authored with me by Sir. Many of the books Sir has written forward, and I'm very happy that I was a part of the team who innovated the uterine balloon. All of you must be using Shivkar's balloon. So that time I was working as a AP with Sir, and I have seen the whole development of this innovation, and he used to use it, and we all JJites know about it. Since 1980s, he was using this innovation. It could find its way to publication only in 2003, and that is the world's first publication of on balloon. And thereafter, many publications have come. Thereafter, many modifications of these balloons have come. But I feel very happy, and the person is an unsung hero. Dr. Shivkar has been so down to earth. He has always, he has placed patient care before his personal life, and that is how I've seen him closely. So this is about my publication. If you see the data I was telling you, 2020, I just came across one post. Their highest, if you see the top 10 articles of the journal, the top 6 articles I have authored, and I feel very happy about it, that I could contribute the literature of Yogi, which is the official journal of Foxy. My organizational debut and the journey in MOGS, if you see, the right side down box is saying I joined as a general member. You know what the fee was? Rupees 145. So I entered MOGS by paying 145 rupees way back in 1988. And how did it happen? Dr. Purandre. He was sitting in the OPD. He just gave me a membership form. He said, sign this, pay the fees, and become a member. And without knowing what this is all about, I signed it and I became a member. And the journey went from there. I became a life member for only rupees 2,500. Then the managing council in 2002. The form on the left, you can see my managing committee application form, nomination form. Again, signed by Dr. Usha Saraiya, seconded by Dr. C.N. Purandre. So you can see how much impact these two mentors have had on my life. And when I studied my journey through these three professional bodies, I started MOGS in 1998. And it took me full 37 years to become the president. So I realized that presidents have spent so many years, and almost all presidents have spent so many years working for this organization. AMWI, I always think that Dr. Usha Saraiya has been very, very instrumental in getting me into the AMWI, and she was the one who encouraged me. But I became president very soon. You know, in only 6 to 7 years, I became AMWI Mumbai branch president. IMS, Dr. Durusha pushed me into it, and she made me Mumbai president in 2008. Directly, without having much worked also, and thereafter I became national president in merely 8 years. I became national president. So how important and dedication you require for MOGS. MOGS, you have to full life you have to give to it. And madam and sir, it's not because of anything else, but it is the number of quality years that you have spent for the work in MOGS. So this was my roller coaster ride during 24-25 year. We had 8 major conferences, 45 outreach CMAs, 5 workshops, 3 MOGS, NA Purandare programs, 22 community health public awareness programs, and we had presidential web series. And my topic, which is close to my heart, violence against women, we had 3 webinars and 1 live workshop where we actually demonstrated the skills of self protection. These were the new initiatives which I took during the presidential year. I think all of you have witnessed it. MOGS was a part of Foxy Journal. So it never thought of having a publication of its own. So this was the first time that MOGS had a publication in 24-25. This is the book PPH, which we published first time on the platform of MOGS. And MOGS Chronicles is the new journal that we have started. All of you, I request to go on website and see the journal. We have interesting cases, experience of other practitioners, which would help you to, in your clinical practice. So these are the certified training courses in 5 different fields, and we have students who are coming, we take their exams, and then we put them in the, we give them the certificate. Tomorrow we are going to felicitate with all of them with their exam certificates. And this is the cadaveric internal iliac ligation. We have never had it before on the platform of, this is a great opportunity to learn the surgical skills. And we also had unique program of MOGS convocation at AICOG, where we actually got all the international fellows with whom we had already given our fellowship, and we had conducted a wonderful convocation program. And we had cancer prevention and HPV detection program widely over 10 different zones of Mumbai. We trained, master trainers were trained first, and then everyone across Mumbai. We have now HPV vaccination trained gynecologists. So we had a unique program of Triveni Sangam. We had 3 different societies which had parted from MOGS. We got them together, and we have a wonderful program on platform of MOGS. We got our, I labeled it as the Sisters Reunion and the Triveni Sangam. Mega media coverage happened during this year regarding many, many things. As I mentioned in the morning, 3 organizations I worked for. I was leading the team for revising and reviewing the Constitution. Over the years, the leadership development happened, big journey over in 3 major institutes, organizations, MOGS, AMWI, IMS, and I'm continuing my ascent in Foxy and now in FIGO. But these are the leadership qualities. Even if I have imbibed 50% of these leadership qualities, I will consider myself to be somebody who has done something for the gynecological community. So my organizational journey, I learned multitasking comes your way. The only key to success is hard work, and hard work. Nothing else but hard work pays you off, and then you will become successful. So that's me with now. Currently, I am holding 5 hats, from MOGS President, Secretary General Foxy, FIGO Chair of Menopause, IJGO Deputy, so many going on, and National AMWI Secretary. So for someone like me who had difficulty in managing even one portfolio, when the opportunities come your way, the destiny tested me and granted me multiple roles, and multitasking became the need of the hour, and I could embrace them with ease. And today I wear 5 hats, each one with significant responsibilities. So many hurdles came my way, but I learned to be a part of the solution and not the problem. The journal work, again, I started with Sir. I was appointed as, honorary proofreader way back in 1998. I went to Sir, what is this post? I don't know. And it was written, you will not be given any remuneration. You will not do this. You will not do that. Your name will not appear anywhere. I was shocked. I said, what kind of letter is this? Sir said, Suvarna, this is the beginning of your journey. And I had a successful journey of almost 23 years with Jogi, and still continuing as the editor emeritus. But believe me, I applied 3 times for the secretary, the junior most secretary's post. I failed. The 3rd time I became successful, and I learned never lose hope. One day you will succeed, and journey of 1,000 miles begins always with a single step. So then I was transferred to Kolhapur for promotion. Then I, almost turned into a weekend housewife. Then over the weekend, I had to manage the mess created during the weekdays, such as grocery adventures, laundry mix-ups, most importantly, creative cooking. My husband used to all experiment different types of dishes, and some unforgettable kitchen disasters I had to clear over the weekend. And you can see a picture there. My daughter one day called me. She said, Mama, do you eat idli with milk? I said, what? No, dear, you eat idli with sambar. Who ate? Where did you eat? She said, no, Papa made that recipe for me. So I was asking. So this is what was going on. And I had to do everything and again go back to Kolhapur. And Sundays I used to be here on a non-emergency day. And I managed both things. Then it started becoming very difficult. I came back to Bombay Hospital, and there I was, he became dean and I became HOD of OBGYN, again with God's grace and really all support of my family and my friends and my colleagues. So family support and building a team. We always believed in a team spirit at both workplace and home. I always remember if my daughter had exam, my son, me and my husband, 3 of them would do anything that was required to help her to appear for the exam. So this is how we did for all 4 of us. And the end result was that each one of us could, succeed in whatever we wanted to do. So that's my family. And then there was an addition of a little cute Joy of Bundle, little Agastya, and all this family where I must say that they all are my strength. And these are the mentors and teachers, Dr. Purandare, Dr. Tilwani, Dr. Surya Ma'am, Dr. Sadhna Desai, Dr. K.K. Deshmukh, and Dr. Palip have been tremendously, impactful for me, my career. So people I would wish to thank is, I would like to thank for all of them, first of all, my parents, the friends for their steadfast companionship, the cherished memories we have created together, teachers for their dedications, those whom I have not named, but there have been so many teachers. Sometimes your students also teach you. So I consider them as also the teachers, family for their constant support, associates, co-workers, students for their enthusiasm, curiosity, and the joy of learning together. I really enjoy teaching students, and I become one of them, and I start having, quite a good long sessions of teaching. I'm sure Dr. Tibriwala is the witness for that. Our meetings don't end. We keep on asking questions and train them. And last but not the least, staff of my both Foxy and MOGS have been tremendous, pillar of my strength, and they have gone tireless efforts and commitment to the work that I have done. They have given exceptional service to the organization. So there are, this slide is given by somebody who's admiring me and who said, you have to put this slide. I said, no, why? then I read it and then I understood I have made that person work a lot. That's why she's. So there are people who make things happen. There are people who watch things happen. There are people who wonder what happened. But to be successful, you need to be a person who make things happen. So I'm sure I've made people work and I've made people, in such a way that things happen and there is some progress. Thank you so much. Last, before I end, I want to pay my tributes to the departed soul, Dr. Rustom Sonawala. I had a good opportunity to interview him in the World Population Day, and I was so lucky. Had I not invited him, I would have never met him in person because I've never worked with him. So we felicitated him as the Dronacharya of Gynecology. So we actually never worked, but we learned from their teachings. So this is how I felt a heartfelt tribute to him. And before I end, I must end with this. Can I have sound? Sound, please.
जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ जी चाहे जब हमको आवाज दो हम हैं वहीं तुम पे जहाँ अपने यहीं दोनों जहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ
I thank you all. I ended this with a song sung by my son, and I will always be available for MOGS. Do remember me when you need. Thank you so much.
She needs a big applaud. Thank you, madam, for that really wonderful journey which you described. And it was really, really wonderful, respecting your teachers, your families, your friends, and you are always been there for MOGS. It's an emotional moment for all of us. And I'm sure you'll be there and you'll be remembered forever for our MOGS academic activities and what job you have done throughout your presidency. Congratulations for this wonderful oration.
It's my privilege to read this plaque given by the MOGS to our President, Dr. Suvarna Khadilkar. It says the Mumbai Obstetrics and Gynecological Society, the MOGS Presidential Oration conferred upon Dr. Suvarna Khadilkar, President MOGS, on her talk, Residency to Presidency, the Lessons Learned, on 8 March 2025 at the 53rd MOGS Annual Conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very emotional for all of us.